Hi folks and welcome to OLE-B and Co Card Company. You're on the OB Triple C channel tonight. I'm Uncle Harold and thank you for joining me tonight. I'd like to welcome the subscribers out there and the viewers that keep me going. Sorry about the camera tonight folks, it's doing its usual silly business for me. Once I can get it to sit still. There we go folks. So you're joining in tonight on Tuesday the 28th of May 2019 for an episode of Off the Chart. Now I'd like to mention 260 still in the hat. Come on folks, get on board, contact me, let me know so that then I can direct you where to go and put those funds. We're going to get them into the Jimmy Signs Fund and donate that $2,000 there once we can get up to $2,000, and I'll get the hat off and whatever's in underneath there will be shaved off folks. Now tonight we've got a special treat because we haven't had any for a while. We've got 3 packs of Flamin' 2019. We've done pretty well with these things, pulling last time we did a tie-dye of My Jack Door, and the time before that we actually pulled a Brownlow Predictor out of that 3-pack of Jaeger O'Meara, who's doing quite well. So we'll just sit them in the front of us there. Our magic pack in the middle. And if I look at my chart here, so we're doing off the chart tonight, folks. And, as we know, that's the top 10 players picked by myself, Uncle Harold, and the top 10 cards to look out for that are out there, out and about out there. Do apologise too, folks. Our segment is coming, folks, where we basically go down the street and talk to people like yourself and see whether you know what's going on with the cards. See if you know what the value is, the street value. So Streetwise will be coming to you very soon, folks. Just got to get some time to get somebody to be able to get out there and record me. I'm having some issues. If you'd like to do that for me and you're in the Launceston area, feel free to drop me a line and give me a hand. It would be greatly appreciated. So we'll work it out from 10 to 1. I believe that number 10, best player for this week, was a joint job and I couldn't really separate them. It was Jack Gunston from Hawthorn with 6 goals and Sam Reid from the Swans also with 6. So I couldn't really separate either of those. My number pick was Bradley Hill from Freo with 31 disposals and a fourth quarter that was so dominant that it actually turned the table of the game. My number 8 pick is Batchahuli of Richmond with 37 disposals. He was the game breaker and the one that pretty much repelled it that much across the back line that the other team could not get the ball in there. My number 7 pick would be Toddy Goldstein with 57 hit-outs and 28 disposals for North. As we move on to number 6, Josh Kelly from Greater Western Sydney there. He had 31 disposals and 10 tackles. I'm really big on the tackles, folks. Those 1%ers that you put in for your team, you do that, you're always going to get my vote. My number 5 pick, although he probably should have been a bit higher than this, and deserves definitely to be higher than this, but I put him at number 5 and you'll see why with my other choices for obvious reasons. Was Brodie Grundy from Collingwood with 64 massive hit-outs, folks. This man is hot in the middle. Him and Maxi Gawn are going toe-to-toe as to who is the best ruckman, but I think Brodie's got him by a little bit just on his disposals and his effectiveness to be able to be thrown forward as well as the middle. He can be thrown. He's a very versatile player, whereas Gawn's more back and middle. He doesn't have much of a forward range. My number 4 pick is Luke Shuey from West Coast Eagles. This man has been hot. Hot with the ball. He is burning the leather, folks. Every week, 28 to 30 odd possessions, and he's a real ball getter and actually changes the game for the West Coast. There's quite a few of them there in the likes of Elliot Yeo and the likes there that are also piping up, and most of them are usually between the 20s to 30s, and they're playing a great team job at the moment. My number 3 pick for this week is actually Jack Steele from St Kilda. The way this man attacked the football this week and the way he attacked players with the football was absolutely ferocious. He took 28 disposals, but in there was 10 absolutely bone-shattering Flamin' tackles, and he reminds me a bit of the old Glenn Archer, the fridge from North Melbourne, you know, absolute star and jet player he was. So yeah, Jack Steele gets that. He also took 5 marks, folks. Now, my number 2 pick was Tim Kelly from Geelong. This man, I tell you what, if he didn't have Patrick Dangerfield and Gary Ablett and the likes robbing votes off him, he would be my number 1 pick for the chase this year. He got 35 disposals and 4 tackles, folks. That might not seem much, but it was all his other off-the-ball work that you didn't see. The Shepherds, the 1%ers, which got him my second vote. Now, my number 1 for this week, Collingwood player, because 2 weeks in a row, this man has hit 38 possessions. Adam Traore has had the ball on a string. I'm pretty sure that when the umpires flame and bounce the ball up in the middle, he's got one of those things that flaming Joel Selwood tries to sell you, and it just bounces straight to him. Now, they're my 10 picks for the top 10 players for the week. If we go into our cards for the top 10 picks of the week, I would say my number 10 pick for that would be, and most of them are all select, because as I said to you, I like the select cards because they number how many they actually produce. So if it's a limited edition, you're going to get 540 or 225 or 60 or however many it is, but you know that that's the only amount of cards that are being produced, unlike the AFL teams, which won a box. Buddy Franklin, for example, that I pulled here before, there could be, you know, thousands of them out there, you know, but they still won a box. So that's why I tend to prefer the select, folks, for my cards to try and find. But I'll tell you what, there is a red hot tip this week at the end. I'll give you, he's not on my list, but red hot. Actually, I'll give it to you now. If you go on and have a look at the moment, I think $1,100 or $1,200 will buy you the Scalene, if you've got the pennies. The Scalene number 1 card on eBay of EJ Whitten. That's my tip for a red hot card that is only going to go up in value. You'll probably double your value in next probably 4 or 5 years on that one. If I had the money myself, I'd be out there buying it now and outbidding you. So if I start with my number 10 card, Brownlow Predictor Platinum, 2019 Max Gorn for sure. My number 9 card, Brody Gundry's Brownlow Predictor, but gold in the 2019. He's hot property. I think he could be a really, really good chance for the chase. Number 8 is Jaeger Ramirez, Brownlow Predictor Platinum or gold. Pretty much whatever you can get gold or platinums of these. Number 7 is Josh Kelly's Brownlow Predictor. Number 6 is Patrick Cripps' Brownlow Predictor. Number 5, which might surprise you, Andrew Swallow. Now, this man has been getting a lot of the football, and there's very few other people that are going to steal votes from him in that team. So he's a very good and possibly a dark horse, along with Brad Crouch for as to who could steal the Brownlow there. Tim Kelly from Geelong, of course, in number 4. Luke Shuey from from the West Coast there in number 3 with his Brownlow Predictor. Now, surprisingly enough, this might actually shock you. I've put Gary Ablett, either gold or platinum from the 2019 select, in the number 2 slot. Now, I'll give you my logic behind that. He's just been suspended, and by goodness, I am flaming fuming with you, Gary. You need a good flaming reality check, and Mum needs to flame and tan your bum, bend you over her knee and give you hiding. You were taught better than that. Now, reason being that, his price of his card's going to drop so much. It's going to drop a hell of a lot. Get it while it's dropped, because he's an Ablett, so he's going to go up in value as time goes by. So he's a good investment there. Might pick it up for, say, $20 if you're lucky. In a couple of years, you're going to double or triple your money. So that's my hot tip there for another hot tip there for number 2. Number 1, Brody Grundy's Brownlow Predictor Platinum. Now, if you can get your hands on that, let me know, because I'll tell you what, I'd be very interested in it myself. That is a red hot card, and I believe that card, you could put a $200 price tag on it and get it quite comfortably. Anyway, they're my tips for this week, and you've been watching Off the Chart. We're now going to move on and open these packets as we do, as normal, left to right. Take the inserts out, have a bit of a look. But here we go, folks. Let's start unwrapping. Now as we just pull our 4 out to the side and put our 2 inserts. We do that with our next pack as well. All we're interested in is our inserts, folks. We've got all the common cards now. Now I pulled these from Woolworths from my secret little spot. There's our 4 and there's our 2. So we'll put our dodgy ones over here to the side and we'll have a look at what we got, folks. Let's pull all of these out. We've pulled two what's names here, 2 silver dies, Liam Ryan, who took that massive mark on Maxi Gorn, and I used him as a step ladder last week there. Flaming poor old Maxi didn't know what was going on. It took him a minute to actually come to him. We've got Todd Marshall there from Port Power. We've pulled a red die cut, 1 in 6, folks. Josh Bruce from Secure, so he's a nice pull there for tonight. 2 instant impacts here, folks. We've got Brad Abbott from Port and Jared Berry, that looks like. Yep, Jared Berry from the Lions. So them 2 there are inserts for these 2 packs. And we've actually pulled Josh Caddy from Richmond in a strike force. As I said, I really love these cards. Hoping to get the whole set of these. Actually, I'm hoping to get the whole set, including Brownlow Predictors and Platinums of this whole series, including case cards. So I'm in for one heck of a run to try and get these. But I'd say that tonight, folks, would be our pull of the round, 1 in 6. Either that or our red die cut. They're pretty even, but I'm not much of a fan of the red die cut, so I'll call that the pick of the card pull of the night. And I'd like to thank you for joining in here tonight at the OB-CCC OLE-B and Co Card Company. Your Uncle Harold. You've been listening to Tuesday Nights Off the Chart. Thank you for joining in. Thanks to the subscribers. Thanks to the viewers. And at the end of this, don't forget to like me. Thank you very much, folks. Hooroo!